You know that feeling when you just want to drink, but you don't want to make anything too intricate? You don't want to have all the fancy ingredients or anything like that. You know, you just want something easy, quick, simple, nothing, no muss, no fuss, no shaking, no intricate stirring, no anything like that. Well, that's where the 1-in-1 comes in. Welcome back. Today, in case you didn't realize, we're talking about 1-in-1s. Now, what is a 1-in-1? It's the easiest and really cheapest ways to have a drink in a cocktail form. It's just that it's not officially a cocktail, it's just alcohol plus mixer. Okay? And as I begin to discuss this, I'm going to go ahead and make myself a drink because, frankly, it's a little bit warm, and yeah. So I'm just going to make it Shirley Temple because I don't feel like being completely blasted out of my mind. Delicious. Now, what are examples of 1-in-1s? Well, a prime example from a couple weeks ago would be the gin and tonic. That is arguably one of the easiest and earliest 1-in-1s out there, utilizing gin to help alleviate and mellow out the very bitter agent of tonic water. Another iconic one is, of course, whiskey and Coke, or as other people know it, Jack and Coke, which Coca-Cola really becomes a mixer for any sort of whiskey, and it helps sweeten it a little bit and not be straight liquor. One thing though, you need to be careful when you have 1-in-1s because it is 50% of that alcohol plus 50% of whatever mixer you're utilizing. That's just hitting today. Another one that you may hear of, especially if you are a fan of Inglourious Basterds, would be the Scotch and Plain Water. If I remember correctly, Lieutenant Hickok requested a Scotch and Plain Water, which, funnily enough, was in a bar in a Globe in the room. For those of you that may know that scene, a Scotch and soda is also typical. And really any bar could make a 1-in-1 really easily. Now, of course, you may have the cocktails such as the Old Fashioned, or the daiquiri, or a margarita, or a martini, and that's completely fine, but keeping it easy is really ideal. Moving away from whiskey, we can move to another alcoholic spirit. Let's move to vodka. Vodka, well, it can pair well with anything, and so can its brother, gin. And for those of you that may be like, wait, they're nothing alike, they are far more than you realize. In fact, if you were to think about it, vodka is incomplete gin, and gin is just flavored vodka, just as flavored with more botanicals than oils from fruits. Instead, it utilizes more juniper, maybe a little bit more rosemary, and more savory botanicals. Another iconic one is the screwdriver, which is vodka and orange juice. Speaking of gin and juice, laid back. You remember that a couple weeks ago, of course, which is easy. Orange juice, 2 ounces of gin, enjoy. Getting away from the harder liquors, let's move into more non-alcoholic and low alcohol types of cocktails. One would be a bitters and soda, which literally is Angostura bitters, putting it into some club soda or even some cola. Add a little bit of a bitter kick, but be very low in alcohol by volume. Another one, iconic, that you may remember from a while ago, would be the Milano Torino, which utilizes Campari and sweet vermouth. Sweet vermouth being from Torino, or Turin, and Campari being from Milan, Italy. So, Milano Torino. And if you want to add an extra step, of course, the Americano and the Negroni, utilizing carbonated water or gin as the third ingredient. But that's not a 1-in-1. Same thing for, say, an orange blossom, or say the ranch water would be another iconic one, where you are utilizing lime juice, tequila, and then Topo Chico. You know, 1-in-1s are there. Continuing on the low alcohol by volume train, let's talk about one that I'm sure you may not have heard of. Kalamoka. What is Kalamoka? Allow me to take you to the port of Algorta, which I believe is in Spain. There is a tradition run by an organization that is known as the Geese Friends Circle in layman's terms. I don't know what it's called in its official untranslated name. I think it's the Xanthrax Group, which loosely translates to Geese Friends Circle, who has a very unique tradition. As part of their celebration, they have a boat that goes underneath a low bridge, and they hang a goose from that bridge. Whoever is the designated person needs to time the moment where he can jump up, grab a goose's head, and yank it, decapitating the goose. It's really screwed up. The Beto would have a field day against them, but they're really into it. Port of Algorta, your traditions make me go, huh? Well, during one of these events, there was someone who ordered 2,000 liters of wine. The wine that they ordered was very low grade, very poorly made wine, and they realized that we can't serve this. So in their panic, they realized that there was a drink that mixed wine and Coca-Cola. So they ordered the same amount of Coca-Cola, combined it all, and Kalamoka was born. Now, Kalamoka is spelled a little bit weird. I'll put the spelling right here for you to see it. But it was made, and it was named as such, for a couple of the organizers of the event. And it's literally just taking red wine, Coca-Cola, combining them. There's nothing fancy about that, just like there's nothing fancy about a Jack and Coke, a gin and juice, a Scotch and plain water, a Scotch and soda, a Milano Torino. Milano Torino is a little bit more fancy than people may realize, but it's still a 1-in-1. It's just that they're both low alcohol by volume in comparison. That being said, that really is a number of 1-in-1s that you may encounter in the wild. And if you have a 1-in-1 that you enjoy, leave a comment down below. I'd like to hear about it, because maybe I haven't thought about it, or I haven't even seen it, but it would be great to find out. On that note, if you like this video, please hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and also share the video, please. If you want to use any of the barware I used on my show, check down below. There is a link to kit.co, which, you know what that means. It's their Amazon affiliate links. You know how that works. Check all my socials down in the description below. And until next time, thank you for watching. I will be back real soon with a cocktail. This has been The Beginner's Bar.